Kuphi na kuphi emakhaya amadolobheni aseComplasta khona sawubona ke mbukeli sesifikile ke thina nelihlelo ilungelo lakho it's your right uhlelo kulethela konke lokuthinta nini namalungelo enu njengabathengi mina ke ngisimpiwe Ngcongwane bekunene ehlelweni namhla ke sitawudzingisa ukuthi yini lekumele ukuthi uyadi ngaphambi kokuthi uthithwese umthwalo wekondla abantwana longabadali bantwana labangasibo bakho bantwana baloyo lothandzana naye asingene ezabeni ke kuva ukuthi umthetho uthini kulolu hlangothi. So, a recent court ruling has ignited widespread debate on social media and raised important questions for so many South African families. So, if you marry someone who already has children of their own and you take on the role of a parent, can you be later held legally responsible for supporting those children even if the relationship ends? For so many consumers, the answer may come as a surprise. Sijubo senkantolo ke sithi ke uma ushade umuntu lonebantwana bakhe bese wena uthatha ke inzima yokubasekela labo bantwana ubakhulise umthetho uthi ke chubeka ngekubondla labo bantwana noma ngabe ke luthando seluphelile noma ngabe umshado sewuphelile. Ingabe wena ke mbukeli uyahambisana nalombono asesive na umbiko.
Imishado yabantu abasebena abantwana babo yinto eseyinxalenye yobomi esibuphilayo. Nto nje leyo iba ngumcelingeni kwezomthetho nethwaxa ipokotho. Emtshadweni apho umuntu azikhethele ukondla umntana ongelogazi lakhe kube khona ukohlukana, lowo ebesondla kulindeleke ukuba aqhubeke ngokuthwala oloxanduva. Kutsha nje inkundla ephakamileyo yaseNtshona Koloni ikhuphe isigwebo sokuba obesondla akanovele nje ayeke kuba eqhawula umtshado.
Ngokwami umbono okuhle impela ukusupport ingane noma ngabe senihlukene ningabazali ingane phela ayingene endawo yona.
Even if ubaba wabantwana ukhona but the fact that ubekaba maintainer ngisho ekhona akaqhubeke mina angendawo ukuthi sesihlukene
sibalekela ukuthi abantwana abagcine sebasokola bahamba bacela imali yastractini bathatha izinto zabantu.
That bond, it stays forever. Like even if you separate with the mother, but the kids, they're more like yours. So whatever that Mauyenza, even what's in Christmas, I think if you are a human, you need to.
Angithi we are now used to that lifestyle ekade siphila, so manje izinto mazizochika ayi kuyoba nzima ukuqalela phansi yabo.
If stepfather or stepparent siyafuna continue, he or she is allowed to do it. But then if usitshela ukuthi ukhatha yonke into, then that's his or her choice.
Yo, lenzima shem. Stepmother or stepfather ithandile the stepchild. Angaqhubeka amsupporte, but then it's not a must.
The moment we separate with their mother or their father, the relationship that we had is no more existent. So this is a stranger to me.
I don't want to reveal that yet. I need to speak to my wife.
Lombuzo ulandela isigwebo senkundla ephakamileyo eNtshona Koloni neyalele ukuba makaqhubeke ngokondla abantwana bomkakhe de umtshado wabo uqhawulwe ngokwasesikweni. Ephambili kwesisigqibo ngamalungelo nemfuno zomntana kunayo yonke into. Oyingcali kwezengqondo uSinenhlanhla Khumalo uthi ifuthe lokwenyani kubantwana livakala xa umzali womntana ephansi koxinzelelo lwemali.
Parents often do this unintentionally. You know, they're not aware most of the time. But once sekuba nama financial challenges, the biological mom now cannot keep up with the way lifestyle being akona before the other person left, they become stressed, obviously. So kuba now this financial strain, and when somebody is stressed, uba oftentimes emotionally unavailable. What I've noted is that abantwana, they mostly affected with the emotional atmosphere ebakhona after the divorce and then this introduction of financial challenges or financial hardships.
Kukho izimvo ezilumkisa ukuba xa uqhelise usapho ubomi obuthile lonto ayinovele iyekwe esithubeni ngulowo ebekade esondla. Kuthiwa ke cingisisa phambi kokuba wenze. Khanyisile Lavisa yilungelo lakho.
Hayi no yasinza lenzaba ke namhla sibonga lombiko manje ukukhuluma kabanti ngenzaba yethu asesimukele Reward Nxumalo ungummeli yena ke siphinde samukele ke na Felicity Guest yena ke ukhulumela ke inhlangano iChild Maintenance Difficulties South Africa Yena ukuxhumana ke ngathi nge-internet noma ngeku-Zoom. Very good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome.
And it's good to be here.
All right, and a warm welcome to you, Felicity. We'll touch base with you in a moment. Kepha-ke Rod, asesicale ke like to set the tone for this conversation. Kuthi ke this judgment, what necessitated it? Ibuya phi lenzaba le banga le judgment le.
Okay, so abathandana ababili, they were going through a divorce.
Yeah.
And as a result of the divorce, now there's a problem because the husband or the stepfather now used to maintain these children and took these children to fancy schools and gave them an above threshold life, a fancy life, a luxurious life, if anything, right? Whilst in the process, their father was actually supporting them. Now that's their biological father and was supporting them with about 7,000 rand every month. When the divorce commenced, now there's a vacuum, kune gap manje. Ngoba umama akasakwazi ukunika abantwana the lifestyle that ustepfather abanika. Approach a high court in terms of a rule 53. Athi kunkantolo, and in Kantolo you must also remember a high court is the upper guardian yabantwana. Umzali omkhulu kundla ama natural parents, so to say. To say ukuthi hey nginenkinga lana sahlukana ne husband yami and nginabantwana abajwayele a certain lifestyle angikhoni ukuchubeka ngale lifestyle lena and then nami ngidinga indawo yokuhlala ngidinga nemali yokubhadala abameli ukunceda nge-divorce. That was the rule for the application. It was argued in the Cape Town High Court and then babanika 40,000 rand to go towards children maintenance. Lo mama lo bamnika 35,000 rand so that she can get an apartment and live pending the divorce. And then babnika 1 million rand to litigate against the husband for a divorce. And the husband, being displeased with this whole issue now, approaches the Supreme Court of Appeal to say, but I'm of the view that lemali number one iningi and I'm not quite happy with the judgment. The Supreme Court of Appeal says, look, the purpose of Lama Rule 43 application, Rule 43 application njengoba ngisho, i-application leni ifaka i-divorce ngakapheli. So, o-applied lesinqumo lese-Rule 43, i-Supreme Court of Appeal athi no indaba yakho thina sithathi hamba wondla labantwana ndoda. Yeah. So that is the long and short of this case.
So before arriving at that particular judgment, what is it that the court considers?
It considers whether or not was the stepfather or the parent playing the role of a father and or a supporting parent and or a maintaining parent, i.e. if njengoba ngishilo ubaba lo abasupporta abantwana bakhe nge-7,000 rand ufika wena uzofaka abantwana esikoleni nokusho ubhadala maybe let's say 15,000 rand every month for isikolo kuphela. Obviously we now know ukuthi lo baba lo abazalile angeke akwazi ukugijima nawe financially. So wena because uzinike lawo mandla lawo noma navumela nomkakho ukuthi nizoba wondla ngalendlela lena nalabantwana fanele uqhubeke uba wondla until i-divorce iphela. Yeah.
Then kunomthetho lekuthiwa ke in loco parentis. What does that mean and what are the implications of lo mthetho law?
So loco parentis is a Latin term which means the person and or institutions that steps in the to play the parent figure, right? Now, the stepfather or stepmother, by playing these roles, by paying this tuition, they're now assuming that locus parentis.
Okay.
Yes, so that's how it come about.
Okay, let me also bring in a Felicity guest speaking to us virtually. Very good afternoon to you, welcome.
Good afternoon, thank you for having me and good afternoon to your viewers.
Now, Felicity, from your experience, just how common are disputes involving stepchildren and blended families in South Africa?
Okay, on my support group that is 12 years old, it's a question that does come up very often. It also depends on how long people have actually been married for, but it kind of stays on the group. I have to say that in all these years, I'm aware of one case where a magistrate ordered a stepmother to contribute financially to the expenses of the children.
So what is your opinion about this particular judgment? Where does your organization stand?
Considering that it was a Rule 43, I think it needs to be seen in that context because it is only an interim order, and whether it gets made a final order or not, we'll have to wait and see. These cases often get sorted out in the settlement. So while they might not get a maintenance allocation per se, it might be provided for in the financial settlement, which gets to the same result, and that is that the children can be cared for. What is particularly interesting about this case is that the biological father was contributing financially. His maintenance contribution was 7,000 Rand a month, and still is, which is also unusual because a maintenance order can only be made against one person. But to acknowledge that this is an interim order granted under Rule 43.
Yeah, and having said that, let's talk about some of the misconceptions that so many consumers and viewers might have about the financial and the legal responsibilities that step-parents, might have.
Yeah, I think that the law is pretty clear in terms of that. Yeah. And the magistrates' courts where the bulk of maintenance agreements actually pass through are creatures of statute. So they, unlike the high courts, have to stick to the legislation. And if you look at the legislation in the Maintenance Act, it states that biological parents are responsible, that DNA tests need to be done to establish that they are the biological parents, and that the biological parents are called into the maintenance officer, but very limited powers to interpret the law differently, because the maintenance officers don't do Rule 58 or a Rule 43, for example. I mean, that's High Court, but the Rule 58 is a regional court. Those are not handled by maintenance officers. So the bulk of cases are not, will very unlikely get these rulings. And I really don't believe that it's a precedent. So I think it's more of a social issue and a social response to this particular ruling.
Now, Felicity, I'm actually glad that you raised the issue of biological parents, because it does appear that this particular law or judgment absolves the biological parents. But thank you so much for making that point. Now, Reward, I want to throw that question to you in terms of where does that leave the other half of the biological parent? Because this law supposedly covers the one half of the biological parent and the step-parent. What then happens to the biological parent of the child? Why is he or she not taking responsibility over the upkeep of the children?
Well, he is. As Felicity has said and so stated in the judgment, he is. But he's not taking the financial responsibility according to the financial muscle of the stepfather. His available funds to maintain the children is 7,000 Rand. And you must then accept one thing. The 40,000 Rand that was given as maintenance towards these children, it's actually subject of the 7,000 Rand, meaning the children's life expenses or their month-to-month expenses, it is 47,000 Rand. So that is the context in which you must understand that. I wish to maybe disagree a bit with my colleague when she says that this case does not set precedent. Unfortunately, it does in interim matters. If one were to approach the High Court today over the same set of facts and or similar set of facts, you can rely on that judgment to say, but your brother or your sister in the High Court in Cape Town did this, and therefore I'm looking for this as well. So it does set a precedent on how judges should look into this Rule 43 application or the interim maintenance orders in these matters.
Make me understand, if it's an interim matter, why then does it set a precedent?
All right, so law applies on what we call the doctrine of stare decisis, meaning that a decision of the High Court is binding, right? And a case of this nature sets precedent on specifically, number one, the X amount of money that step-parents can pay. Number two, that it did not absolve the biological father from paying the what you call this thing, the maintenance pending the final outcome of this matter. So that is sufficient case law, but this case, it's not new in our legal jurisprudence. As a matter of fact, I think that there's a decision of Hague and Hague, the 2002 decision, where in that case, the parents were actually married in community of property, unlike in this case, where they were married out of community of property with accrual. And maybe that's a topic of another day. But in Hague versus Hague, they came with the children, and because these children were maintained from the joint estate of the marriage and community of property, the court actually ordered that the stepfather must continue to pay the child maintenance. So what's mind-blowing really here, perhaps, and that has caused a bit of a debate amongst legal practitioners and our clients, is the fact that in this case, the parties were married out of community of property without accrual.
Without accrual?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So that could have maybe caused the debate or the shift in thought.
Actually, hold your thought, because I want us to dwell much on that point. Mbukele-ke, let's pause it right there and take a commercial break. Kepha ngaphambi kokuthi-ke sithathe likhefu, asengikhumbuta umbuto wethu-ke lothi ingabe wena uyavumelana yini nalo mbono wenkantolo lenkulu? Ungayenzako-ke Mbukele, sekuba khona manje leli lungelo lakho. Sakumela futhi-ke Mbukele, tincingo tethu setivuliwe ukuthi-ke nawe ungaba ingxenye yenkulumo yethu namhla, ungasishayela licingo khona manje la estudio ku-011 714 0670 noma-ke 011 714 0674. Ungasithumela futhi na WhatsApp ku-060 844 9857 or email us your thoughts, your topic suggestions to consumer@sabc.co.za noma-ke usithinze ku-Facebook. If you just joined us, namhla-ke sikhuluma ngemthetho wenkantolo lenkulu. Lethi-ke nangabe-ke u-step parent, sekuyenteka-ke umshado uyaphela noma-ke luthando luyaphela noma-ke ubuhlobo buyaphela, umthetho kuthi awuchubeka ubondle labo bantwana labangasibo bakho, bantwana lo ngabadali. Namhla sidingisa ukuthi-ke amalungelo akho athini-ke kulelo hlangothi. And just before that break, you were talking about marriage and in community and out of community property. Well, granted that before you enter into a marriage, kumele-ke nisayine nakuluthiwa-ke i-prenup.
Yeah.
Noma-ke anti-nuptial contract. Ingabe leyo prenup leyo, does it also include the interests of the children, especially nangabe-ke utawushada nemuntu lo nebantwana bakhe?
That is something that you must discuss with your public notary, so somebody who specifically deals with those kind of contracts. But generally, prenup, they only speak to assets.
Yeah.
To say, in the event we divorce, what happens to our asset weight? The issue of maintenance, I always advise my clients to say that in the event you want to get married and your other half has a child, rather draft a parenting plan or make sure that there's a parenting plan to speak to the maintenance of these children between your spouse and the biological father of that particular child. Because the
Leo parental plan, before you continue, Leo parental plan, is it binding?
Yeah, it's binding.
Okay.
Yeah, it's binding.
So in the plan, it's in the plan. What does it entail?
So this plan, you'll then approach the children's court, and it will be presided by a magistrate in the children's court to say that, look, ngifuna ukuthi mina abantwana bahlale nami bazovakashela ubaba wabo and so on so, mina nobaba wabo biological father wabo sowondla labantwana in this fashion, and then you commit to that. But even if there's a parenting plan, the moment the stepfather says that I'm going to do X, and the children accept that as part of parenting, and it's in the best interest of the children, then you must continue doing that. Yeah. So the safest and maybe unsound thing to do is to let the parents actually take care of their own children. You know?
And it goes back to the issue of the biological parents. Would say Leo parental plan, I think it should also include the other half of the biological parents, so that the children have sort of, so to speak, three parents.
Yeah, so the parental plan will actually speak between the biological mother and biological father. So the step parent must ensure that these two people actually talk and decide ukuthi bazenzani ngalabantwana laba or ngalomntwana lo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because if it does not intervene and come up with...
But you do know that there's communication issues between the biological parents, especially if they've sabahlugen.
Yeah, that's something that we must really approach it with a sense of adulthood.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Because the courts, you must understand, when they look at decision maintenance, they look at what's in the best interest of the child. So all other factors, they cannot outweigh the best interest of the child. And again, issue of maintenance is on a pro rata basis, meaning that if your spouse earns 10 rand and you earn 200 rand, you're bound then to contribute more towards the maintenance than the spouse who earns 10 rand. And this is what we learned from this High Court decision. The court didn't say simply because you are not paying, or simply because you're paying a little X amount of money towards maintenance, you're then absolved.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's one of those issues.
Okay. So now, Felicity, we just heard Reward here talking about a parental plan as a suggestion, to absolve yourself from all responsibility when it comes to parenting. Let's talk about that. What do you think of that?
Well, I don't know that these are worth more than the paper they're written on, to be absolutely honest, because unless you've got money to enforce things in the High Court, the magistrates' courts, in terms of enforcing court orders, is very slow to almost becomes non-existent. So yeah, I think that we need to have deeper conversations about these things. I'm veering off a little bit here, but when I said it doesn't set precedent, I meant that in divorces, because not everybody gets a Rule 43 or 58, or they get divorced in the High Court. So those that think they're going to just automatically get it from the stepfather, I would like to see the outcomes of those. But if we consider that blended families are the norm these days, so if a couple come into the relationship and they both have children from a previous relationship, so the father's commitment, financial commitment, stays with his biological children. She seeks financial obligations from the biological father of her children, and then they have one together. Okay. So when you say, well, each parent must look after their own biological children, okay, that's great. But when we talk about the disparities in incomes and lifestyles, so the biological father can't contribute very much, the stepfather is more affluent, they're going off on holiday, an overseas holiday. Do the stepchildren get left behind? Their biological child goes off to private school. He has the means and he's willing to pay for his stepchildren to go off to private school, but he's now afraid of the legal implications that if he does that and their marriage breaks up, will he be forced to now, as we saw in this court ruling, maintain it? So these we can talk about the ordinary, but in the majority, the problems or the situations are far more complex than what we're just talking about right here.
Yeah, and just in consideration of that, let's talk about the financial impact that this particular court order may have on a step-parent who is unable to support his own self.
Yeah, well, if he can't support his own son, it causes problems between the siblings, because the one sibling, is living a life of abundance and doesn't want for anything, and the sibling doesn't have access to the same kind of benefits that the other one does. It does create situations. I think that's why morally parents just automatically pick up their slack to have some kind of normalcy and equality within their own nuclear family. And that's great while it's working, but
Yes.
we know that not just first-time marriages, but second-time marriages also are more frequently ending in divorce now. So I think that the law is being really stretched here with the way that society is evolving.
Indeed, thanks for making that point. Let's now take our first calls. Now, Baba Masangu, ulapha ke Pitoli. Very good afternoon to you. Sakumule hleleni baba.
Hello, kunjani baba?
Siyaphila kunjani baba?
Hayi ngiphilile baba.
Siyabonga. Khuluma nathi baba,
Hayi,
talk to me.
Yes. Ngikulungelo ngelakho ngisho.
Yes baba. Khuluma nathi baba.
Yeah, nginenkinga kule conversation ekhishwa ilama lawyers baba, because thina abantu besintu lento bayikhulumayo asihambisani nayo, ngoba mangishada intombi inabantwana ebangase ngebami, abantwana basala ekibo lentombi, number 1. Number 2, nginabantwana mina, ifarendi intombi ngiyabashiya, ngizoshada intombi enabantwana, let's say plus or minus 3, ngishiya abantwana bami abayi-4 in different ladies outside. Ngizosupport abantwana laba, abantwana bami basupportwa ngubani?
Okay.
That's why esintwini mangishada intombi enabantwana, abantwana basala ekibontombi, ugogo wakhe nomkhulu wabo. Then ukuze ubaba walabantwana bekafuna ukubona abantwana ayele ugogo nomkhulu. Because mengithatha le ntombi nabantwana ngiyokwakha umuzi nale ntombi nalamantwana bangasinge bami. Kuyokuma imoto lapha egedini athi ngizobona abantwana wami. Ngizomxosha.
Lokusho ke nawe babe ke bantu bakho bona ungabagcina angeke ubagcine ekhaya kini noma ngeke kumake wakho.
Deswa asizwani. Ngikhuluma ngentombi.
No no lelo ngilivile lelo sengikhulumela ke uma ngabe wena unebakho bantwana. So you want to start a blended family. Kuthi ke boda angeke ubashiye yini ekhaya kini kumake wakho. Nangabe uthi ke infombi yakho notamthatha abe ngumfati wakho yena kumele abantu bakhe abashiye ekhaya kubo.
Yes. Because ubaba walabantwana nekafuna ukubona abantwana bakhe akufanele ezemzini wami.
Okay.
Fanele ayele ugogo nomkhulu ubona abantwana bakhe because end of the day sizoba ne fight nalo nina wabantwana la ukuthi every day ngithola imoto imegate athi babantwana whathe khona filo uzofika kanjani mina ngibuye emsebenzini ngithola imoto imelapha egate.
Okay, Baba Masango siyabonga kakhulu ukushayela ke. Thank you so much for raising that particular matter. Baba Masango ukhuluma about the cultural nuances in consideration of this particular court order. Bukela sisibambe lapho ke sisishelela ngasethu ungasanyakade. Siyabuya khona manje. Leli lungelo lakho. Welcome back, everybody. The numbers to call are 011-714-0670, noma ke 011-714-0674. These are participation lines on your screens right now. Shishayela icingo khona manje. Ubute umbuto, noma ke just share your experiences if you are in a blended family, noma ke stepchild. Kuthi ke le court order lena itaku-affecta kanjani noma ungusithumela ke WhatsApp ku-060-844-9857. You can even email your thoughts to consumer@sabc.co.za or interact with us on our Facebook page. Lesifuna ukwathi ke kuwe ukuthi ke uyavumelana yini nalesinqumo senkantolo yemacala. At the end of the show we'll reveal your verdict ukuthi ke labanengi benu bathini ke ngale nkantolo ngalesijubo senkantolo lenkulu ngoba ke nangabe usanza kusijoyina size lesijubo senkantolo ukuthi nangabe you are in a blended family noma ke stepchild stepfather noma stepmother nangabe kuyendeka uthando uyaphela umshado uyaphela nehlukana umthetho uthi uchubeka kuba support ubasekele labo bantwana labo ubasingathe noma ngabe anisavani ke nabadali bakhe. So just before break besine caller lapha ukhala ngema cultural nuances kuthi ke ngesinfu sise ke sinfu infombi lene bantwana nasengena emshadweni labo bantwana kumele abashiye kuphi kubo kuma kwakhe kugogo. Ingabe lo mthetho uthini lesijubo sithini ke when it comes to the cultural considerations?
Yeah, well ngesinto into ekhuluma ihluzile ngiyavumelana nangayo but uma sibheke ngeliso lomthetho inokubanzima because it test ukuthi will it be in the best interest of the children and or the child, and that is what the court will consider. And our cultural practices given a set of facts will be outweighed by the best interest of the child. So whatever you decide to do, if that act undermines the best interest of the child, the court is not going to even look at it.
So now it becomes two parallel laws, the cultural law and the civil law. But the cultural law, now it can be argued it's in the best interest of the child, and the civil law as well, it's still in the best interest of the child. Stepfather as stepmother as support. So which one would stand?
The civil.
Civil law.
Umthetho.
Okay, which means the civil law will trump the cultural law.
The best interest of the child, and I'm not saying it will be impossible but given a situation ukuthi njengoba baba Maseko asho ukuthi intombi mayisiya abantwana bayo kubo gogo wabo. What if baba umntwana athi cha ngifuna abantwana bami? Right?
Okay.
And that whole cultural practices will have to be tested against the best interest of the child.
Okay.
Not to say that he will not succeed or he will succeed, but if the father can put out a compelling argument to say, no, ngikela abantwana bami mabazi bazohlala nami ngoba labomkhulu babagugile.
Yes.
It's something that the court will consider. So it's not an outright answer to say that the cultural practices vis-a-vis the Children's Act, which one will win. The circumstances of each case will speak to what the judge or the magistrate will have to decide at a particular point in time. But practicing and still practicing family law, I've never seen that argument succeed.
But then on what basis does it not succeed?
I had one matter where the grandparents were so remote. Bahlele emakhaya abazali bahlala eGoli. Uclient wami kubaba athi no ingane zami ngifuna ukuthi zingene ezikoleni zasedolobheni.
The client yakho being the biological parent or the step parent?
Being the biological parent.
Okay.
Yeah, angithi ibaby mama yakhe ifuna ukuyogana manje.
Yes.
Uma ufuna ukuyogana njengoba maseka asho uyoshiya ingane kuphi kumama wakhe. Angithi baba kathathi no nikeni ingane nami ngizikhulisela yona mina.
Yeah, it becomes very, very complex.
Yeah.
Now, Felicity, we had a caller who raised the issue of the cultural nuances in consideration of this court judgment. So basically, he's saying that according to his culture, when a woman marries or remarries, as it were, then culturally, that particular woman needs to take the kids back home, to her parents. And that child or those children cannot be in a blended family. So what is your thoughts then in consideration of the cultural nuances? Reward here is saying that the law still needs to stand when it comes to the best interest of the child.
Yeah, I agree with them because the law changed because it was influenced by the parents' desires and choices. And it wasn't always in the children's best interest, and that's why the whole act changed, and it's now premised on the best interests of the children. And we can't always trust parents to act in the best interests of the children. That's why the courts make these decisions. The law, the best interest of the child will probably always trump because they take a different perspective to cultural beliefs. And I think sometimes it is a bit works for children and sometimes it works against children. I think that we as a society are battling to find solutions to these things. We then turn to the law gets amended, but they're still not really solving the issues because more and more fathers are also getting primary care of children because for a plethora of reasons. So, where does that come into cultural expectations? Because now the father has primary care.
All right, let's take our next caller. Sinaskumbuzo lapha ke Germiston. Sakumoya ehlelweni sawubona.
Ngiyaphila mntama unjani mfowethu?
Siyaphila khulu baba.
Yebo mfowethu, besacela ukubuza lapha mfowethu ngiyangezwa uhlelo ngendlela okhulunywa ngakhona.
Yeah.
Ukuthi ngoba umthetho uthi ke asondle noma ngathi ngihlukane noma wengane.
Yes.
Ingane lezi ngingayizali mina. Kathi ke manje ubaba wengane yena usuke ekuphi na manga uthi umthetho uthi usubopha mina.
Okay. All right. Sikumbuzo. Siyabonga kakhulu ke kusishayela kulelo hlangothi ke bese sikhulumile ke ngako lokho kepha ke ndawucela ummeli wethu family lawyer ukhona la e-studio utawuzama kuphinza achaze lokho ukuthi ke ingabe where does that leave the biological parent, the other half of the biological parent?
The biological father or biological parent is not absolved from paying maintenance simply because there's a stepfather. He's not. And again, like
no, ukhuluma nge-biological parents, the other parent
who is absent.
Well, singasho ukuthi the absent biological parent.
Yeah. Well, absent or present, it's immaterial.
Okay.
The issue is when, as the stepfather, the moment you assume his role and you step into his shoes, you must continue doing that. That is what the High Court is teaching us, and that's what the SCA has confirmed. It says
then that the biological father umfana ke
ufanele agijimisa umfazi wakhe. Lwaza labantwana naye uyafanele amgijimisa.
Abgijimisa in terms of
afuna maintenance kuye. But if that spouse, i.e. let's say A and B are married. A is the woman, B is the man, right? And then C is the stepfather. If B does not take care of his parental responsibilities and C steps in, the duty to go after maintenance, it's on A, it's on the woman and not on the stepfather. It's not.
Okay.
It's not.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Ngiyathemba ukuthi sowuphendvulekile ke Sikhumbuzo kulolu hlangothi ke. Then let's talk in percentage form in terms of the legal and the financial responsibilities. How many how many percent does the biological mother and the biological father and the step parent have in terms of their contribution?
Okay. So again, maintenance is on a pro rata basis. If the biological father earns more than the biological mother, then they'll contribute more towards the maintenance. It's not there's no formula that is actually used.
Or would you lona 50%, lona 50%, lona 40%?
So suppose there's advocate so is a hotshot married to a cashier. Cashier earns 5,000 rand, council earns 500,000 a year. This is the discrepancy. In all likelihood, the court will say, but not normal. It's about but you have the financial muscle. See it through.
Okay.
Yeah. So even if, again, this, in my example, A is a cashier and B is this hotshot advocate, and who's now a stepfather, and he comes and plays this role whilst the biological father is alive, then you'll have to fulfill that, because you are then introducing these children to a life which is now unknown to them, and now they've got comfortable into that life. That will not be in the best interest of the minor child. It will not.
Right.
Yeah. And it is for that reason that I agree with the Cape Town High Court.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Hayi bukele sibambe lapho ke sisishelela ngafuthi ngasetitolo ungasanyakhathi. Leli lungelo lakho siyabuya khona manje. So kubola futhi ngibukele khumbula ukuthi incingo tethu solo tivuliwe ukuthi nawe ungaba ingcenye enkulumo yethu namhla ungashayela icingo khona manje. The numbers are on your screens right now, 0117140670 noma ke 0117140674. Ungasithumela futhi na WhatsApp ku 0608449857 or email your views or topic suggestions to consumer@sabc.co.za noma ke usinde ku Facebook. Let's take our next caller. Sina Samson ulapha ke eMpumalanga. Sekumele endleleni sawubona?
Yebo.
Siyaphila kakhulu baba. Khuluma nathi baba. What's on your mind?
Inkinga yami ilapha babi sokuthi abantwana babathatha kimi unina bafikela kimi bana 6 months abathatha ababuyisa kimi.
Labantwana benu nobabili?
Yebo.
Okay.
Labantwana befikela la ekhaya kimi ngabakhulisa ngibemntwanami abazukulu abathatha bakhulela lapha kimi bakhula tot bangena icrash. Uma bangena icrash wabuya mina babona sebakhulile manje, wabuya wabathatha wabayisa lapha azalwa khona yena, wabashiya khona wabayisa wabuye esikoleni eThekwini. Uma buye esikoleni uma semfuna mina lezingane ukuthi izoyibona abasavumi manje, baphinde bayithatha ingane ziphasile icrash bayiphindisele ecrash. Uma semfuna ukuzibona manje ingane abasavumi manje ukuthi zibuye kimi.
So wena bowuchubeka ubasupporta labantwana after sekabathathile?
Ngiqhubeka ngibasupporta nalapha ekhaya ngibasupporta futhi. Manje ngithi ke mina okay, lezi ngane kulungile azibuye nithathe le mali yazo yenpension yini. Lezi ngane ngizosupporta mina ngoba ungqondo kube zihlala nonini. Uthathe wahamba uzishiya kunini ozala yena.
Wena awufuni lokukhipha imali ye-maintenance, ufuna lokutondlela wena uthi ukhulisele wena?
Yebo.
Oh okay, anizange nishada namakwabo abantwana?
Azange shada.
Okay, cha kuyavakala kakhulu ke baba Samson. Ukhona ke ifamily lawyer estudio takuzaba kukusida kulelo hlangothi.
Angimzwisa ubaba uthi labantwana ebakhe nomama noma baze nomama.
No, uthi labantwana bakhe babu boy 2.
Okay.
Shothi ke wathi khulisela abona labantwana and then wafika ke lo make they are not together. Wafika lo make wabathatha wabamikisa kugogo ekhabo make labantwana. So uyachubeka ubhadala i-maintenance usakasafuna ukubhadala i-maintenance ufuna athi ichubekela athi khulisele yena.
Okay, so into faneke ayenze ubaba faneke aye la ku-magistrate district la labantwana abahlala khona ayofaka isicelo kuma maintenance officers ukuthi number 1 ufuna ukhansela maintenance angithi, number 2 ufuna abantwana bakhe bazohlala naye, and then anikele ngobufakazi ukuthi kungani abona ukuthi it's in the best interest of the children ukuthi bayohlala naye hayi nomama wabo, and the fact ukuthi abantwana already sebahlala nogogo it's a ground on its own. It's a ground on its own ukuthi mina hayi ukuthi ngiyahluleka ukukhulisa abantwana bami, ngikela abantwana bami ngizokhulisela bona mina.
Look, shothi angeke kube i-decision yakhe lokuthi ithathela labantwana ayekele ukubhadala i-maintenance. The court needs to decide that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If there's a maintenance order in place, the court must decide on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Baba Samson siyathemba ukuthi sokusitake kulolu hlangothi angeke kube i-decision yakho lokuthi ke uthatha abantwana ngenza ukuthi awusafuni ukubhadala i-maintenance. Inkantolo needs to decide that wherever laba khona labo bantwana kumele u-approach leyo magistrate usho lokuthi it will be the best interest of the children ukuthi bantwana bahlale nawe uthi khulisele wena ungasakhona ukubhadala i-maintenance for whatever reason. Let's now leave it there for now. Let's take our last ad break. Isihlana futhi nasibuya editolo leli lungelo lakho. Welcome to a very final segment. Mbukeli siyachubeka futhi nenzaba yethu namhla ke lapha e-studio sina Reward Nxumalo ke he is a family lawyer. Siphinde sibe na Felicity Guest ku Zoom. Yena ke she is the founder of Child Maintenance Difficulties South Africa. Sikhuluma ngema blended families. Kuthi nangabe u stepfather noma u stepmother kepha ke sekuyendeka futhi niyahlukana namake wemfana noma ke babe wemfana. Umthetho uthi umele uchubeke uba support labo bantwana even after you have broken up or you've divorced with the child's parents. Now, Felicity, I just want to pick your brain on this particular matter. Like, what options are available to families who want to resolve some of the maintenance disputes without lengthy and costly court proceedings?
I think that when you get together, when you're dating, before you get married, that you need to have discussions around what the future could pose and how it could be. I say this to people who are getting married for the first time and don't have children as well, because people get married and they've never seen a divorce agreement, they've never seen a parenting plan, they've never seen a maintenance agreement. And then suddenly when you have children and you're now getting divorced, now you are having to deal with these things. Getting married and having children is a major decision, and for other major decisions like changing jobs or moving countries, you would do risk assessments. And I really believe that we need to start thinking along the same lines, is what are the risks? What are the possible risks? We could get divorced. What would that mean for us? So just let's shift that now to the blended family. If our marriage now were to break down, what would that mean for our children, for my children, your children, our children, my stepchildren? Because when you're in a happy place, it's very easy to say, no, let's not talk about that. It will never happen. The reality and the data shows us a different story. And we need to be mature, because if we can't have these kind of hard discussions without it being perceived or being accused of being negative, how will we deal with outcomes? Because I mean, they're happening. So yes, we're battling because we can't even conceive it right now. And I think we need to be realistic and go, if this marriage breaks up, let's put money away for that eventuality. If it doesn't happen, off you go as a happy blended family and go and have a wonderful international holiday.
Yo, Felicity, thank you so much for raising that point. It's been an absolute pleasure having you join us this afternoon. Thank you so much. Now, lomunye utatibuta ke reward ukuthi if my financial standing, declines after a divorce. Yatu ukuthi ke well, in some divorces, they become very nasty. They lose everything. They lose money. They lose cars. They lose homes and properties. Ukuthi ingabe inkantolo yangicabangela mina as a step parent. I've lost everything, so I can't continue supporting children who are not my own.
Yes, you can. So what you then do, you bring a variation application or a rescission application in terms of the very same rule for the 358 in the match court.
Yeah.
To say, good to guys, the last time I was here, I was worth X amount of money. Saying I'm worth X amount of money. I won't be able to fulfill that court order. And that is the most responsible thing that you can do, because if you don't do that, you can be found in contempt of that court order and you can be arrested for that. So the moment you see what is situation now is deteriorating, approach the court. Tell them, guys, I can't anymore, and open your books. The court will definitely consider that, and in all likelihood, they will vary the court order and or cancel the maintenance completely.
Oh, okay.
But it depends on the set of facts. But you cannot go and create poverty and think the court is going to sympathize with you.
But then if they cancel the order, what does that do in terms of the interest of the child?
Well, if there's no money to support the child, there's no money to support the child. There's nothing that you can do. You cannot eat a stone and hope that it's going to bleed some water or some blood. So you can't.
So what's your advice then to parents, either biological parents or step-parents, before they enter into a blended family arrangement?
I think they should have a proper family parenting plan.
Okay.
And the biological parents, they must actually lift their socks and see how best they can solve or attend to the issue of maintenance, so it does not become a burden to someone else. But again, that is a good thought. In reality, it works out differently, like Felicity said. Most of the time, everyone is happy, is excited when I get married, we've got this blended family. But down the line, it plays out differently.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, Rod, great chatting to you. And Felicity, many thanks to you too. Thank you so much for joining us. For now, let me thank my guests for making time to be with us on the show today. Lapho sithandetsela ke lenye indzaba letawutsinza nini nemalungelo njengobathengi. Mina ke Simphiwe Ngcongwane and the rest of the team sithi nisale kahle, wishing you a great week ahead. Cheers.